You okay?
Oh,
You fine?
my youth died over last week, Tony Mac. So if you don't mind, having a little respect for what used to be a young man.
All right. Welcome in, everybody. It's the Bullpen. It's a little after 2 o'clock. I'm Tony Mac. It's Ricky. Long time no see. It's been a couple weeks or so. But we had games last week. It was 4th of July week, which feels like a million years ago. The 4th of July was just over a week ago. But 4th of July week was last week. Mr. Johnny PTO over here wasn't here on Monday and Tuesday. So we're back now.
What? God,
back.
you're such a dad. Mr. Johnny PTO? Did you just come up with that?
Yeah.
Wow, that's slick.
I watched a lot of Kirk Cousins on Netflix a little bit ago.
Oh, it's rubbing off on you. Yeah, that sounds like something Kirk Cousins would say to someone who just really ruffled his feathers.
Dude, I'm telling you, that man is more boring than you thought he was. Just wait till you watch it. I watched
What's
him
that show called?
Quarterback.
That's on Netflix?
Mm-hmm. I watched him burn a hole in his favorite sweatshirt. And he went, I just burned a hole in my favorite sweatshirt. Shoot.
Well, if I'm not a Mr. Monday PTO, oh well.
Kirk Cousins is the kind of guy, 100%, he's the kind of dad that doesn't get a haircut. He gets them all cut.
Oh, God.
He's that kind of dad, for sure.
Do me a favor. Fast forward the Kirk Cousins parts.
Yeah,
You're already
definitely.
a dad. Kirk Cousins is the dad.
Dude,
oh, well, shucks, I burned a hole in my sweatshirt.
He's
Ned Flanders.
He's too much of a boring dad that I'm pretty sure he's a psychopath. 100% sure he microwaves hamsters or something.
He could just be a good person. Those people do exist.
Well, you be the judge. I'll let you be the judge.
Well, I'm cynical, so I always go, guys, something's wrong. He could just be a well-adjusted human, though.
Nah,
there's no chance.
Definitely not. No way.
None of those exist anymore.
Oh, hey, here you go. You shot that at my face.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I've had it in my pocket.
I was happy for you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, a little Nerf dart right there. A little bit of the fun that goes into working here and paying the land.
We've had a lot of that here lately. It's going to feel weird because we normally go work 1 week. We have games 1 week, and then, no games, back to a normal 9 to 5, and then games again. But we have 2 weeks where we don't have games. So we do the 9 to 5. We grind it out to get to the games next week, but there's no games at home next week. So they're on the road again, the back-to-back road trip. It's nice, but it's a little adjusting, right? I mean, you're going to miss the action here. Last week, the team that just won the first half in the North Division, the Lookouts, they came here, and the Trash Pandas almost said swept. They did not sweep it.
I was going to say, I don't believe that's true.
They split the series against the Lookouts, which is one heck. I will take a split every day of the week against a really good baseball team like that. So, and you talk about the Trash Pandas being shorthanded with so many injuries happening to the Angels, so they're constantly shuffling their farm systems around. We had 2 players that missed most of that week because they were going to the Futures game. So, I mean, it was incredible to be able to split that series, and they're right there in the thick of it after the first week, the second half.
Yeah, not a bad week. Rocket City sits at 6-5, a game and a half back behind Tennessee in the Southern League North. I mean, most of the league is at about where Rocket City is. Chattanooga's 6-6. Mississippi, Montgomery, Pensacola, they all have 6 wins. Biloxi has 5. So outside of Tennessee and Birmingham, I mean, everyone's pretty much right there in the middle of the Southern League. So good start. Got some big wins, like you said. A push against Chattanooga. At this point, with Cuero and Paris at the Futures game, you got 2 of your best players that aren't there. to get a push against a pretty good team is pretty good. And that walk-off win on Friday by the man filling in for Caro, Tyler Payne, baby. The beard, the Pantera, the raw machismo. It all combined for a big old W here at Toyota Field, which
was pretty sick.
Who wins by walk-off fashion more than the Pandas?
Dude, on Fridays, too, we had our first two. We've had what? We get 12 total homestands. We've had 4. So we've had, 8 homestands, right? So far this year. And we've had 2 Fridays get rained out. So we've missed 2 Fridays. So we've had 6 total Fridays here. I don't know how the other 3 ended, but the last 3 have ended in walk-off wins for the Trash Pandas at home.
Yeah. Yeah, we tend to do that a lot. Weird walk-offs.
2 of them were walk-off wild pitches. One of them was walk-off wild pitch. One was a walk-off error.
Yeah.
And then we had the walk-off actual hit by Tyler Payne.
A W's a W. All in a week where you lose by 26 in one game. You come out the next night and you get a W, and you know what? They both count the exact same. We win a game by 1. We lose a game by 26. Totally canceled out. I love baseball.
That's what I'm saying, too. And I'm glad the Trash Pandas responded well to that, because at the end of the day, when you lose, what was the final, 29-3? When you lose 29-3, Chattanooga only gets 1 win. It only counts as 1 win. Only 1 loss for the Trash Pandas, and they responded well to that. They won, 2 of the next 3 games?
I mean, you got to come out and get a win the next day, or then it lingers.
Absolutely.
You got to kill it when you lose by 26.
And they did. They walked it off on Friday, got shut out on Saturday, almost got no hit, didn't get no hit, thankfully, and then turned around and won it again on Sunday. So they won 2 out of their last 3 after losing a big game like that. So that's huge.
What is the weirdest season ever? Continues.
Man, there are so many really weird moments that have happened here, so many great moments that have happened here this year, too. My favorite absolutely is going to be Tuesday, or not Tuesday night. What night was it? It had to have been Wednesday. It was Wednesday night. No, it was Friday night. It was Friday night. Sorry. Again, last week was a long week. It was Friday night. The Yovans were here. They got to come watch the kid play. They watched Kenyon play in Birmingham. They watched him get a save. They watched him get a save at home. And then they were supposed to go home on Thursday, but they were able to move some stuff around. They had some things come up, and they were able to stay for Friday. They really wanted to stay for Friday because Mama Yovan is a 2-time cancer survivor.
Two-time.
That's right, the 2-time. And it was Strikeout Cancer Night, so they wanted to come and be a part of Strikeout Cancer Night so they can watch Kenyon hold up his little sign and everything. It was awesome. But what you can't account for, especially when your son's a relief pitcher, is that, or in our case, the Trash Pandas closer, is that he was going to have an opportunity, especially after the way the night before went when they lost by 26 runs. He had the opportunity to go out there in a tie game in the 9th inning, and he pitched, and he was able to get those 3 batters going. He didn't give up anything. It was basically a hold situation at the time. And then the Trash Pandas come out and walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. So the Yovans on Strikeout Cancer Night got to watch their son in person at home record the win for the Trash Pandas. That's one of my favorite moments of the season. That was amazing.
Pretty great. And for the first time since he played at Oregon, they got to come out.
What is that?
What was that? No, I think it's fine. I think it's probably only going to ring twice. What I was saying is they got to see, dear God, it must be real.
We took it a step further, too. Rob shut all the lights off the field for a moment, and then he was able to bring in. It was we've really ramped up his entry, for sure.
Turned off the lights, up rised Kenyon, and out of the bullpen to the mound where he put to sleep not 1, not 2, but 3 batters. It was pretty sweet. I, for one, had an on-field promo happening at the time, so I was incredibly confused. I had no idea where I was.
You literally, when you heard the bell, you go,
I was like, oh, my God. What? Wasn't expecting that. Thought we were going to be lobbing water balloons at this guy with a blindfold on, and all of a sudden, but it was totally worth it. He came out there, shut it down, got us a W. We got to meet our adoptive parents, the Yovans. They were as cool as I thought. They were cooler than I even thought they were going to be, and I had pretty high bar set. And I mean, it was so great to get to meet them. And I mean, it's been such a crazy journey, like meeting them through the chat window.
Yeah.
One day in April, By the time you get to July, you feel like you already know the people, and you get to watch them watch their son succeed as a professional baseball player, which is so cool because you just feel so happy for them. I mean, they get to
Right.
travel around. They love watching them play ball. They love going to these games. They love seeing these different areas, and to enjoy it vicariously through these parents, it's like you feel proud of Kenyon too. Out there, you're like, hey, Hercules, Hercules.
They fell in love with Alabama too. They were
Yeah.
talking to them like, hey, it'd be cool if we can move out of here. So I mean, they loved it that much. And thank you to everybody that showed up as well on Tuesday. It was another sellout for the Trash Pandas. We sold out at 4th of July last year, but you have tickets sold, and then on top of tickets sold, you have the actual amount of tickets that were scanned for the game. And on Tuesday, our 4th of July, it was the largest crowd we've ever had in-house at Toyota Field during Trash Pandas.
How about it? How about that one? That's a big record.
Yeah.
I mean, first ever game was a sellout.
Mm-hmm.
Beat it 4th of July. How about those Rocket City Trash Panda
And how
fans?
do you beat a 4th of July from last year that was sold out? Our 4th of July last year, our first 4th of July home game was sold out last year. You come back this year, we get 2 in a row. That really doesn't happen very often. So you get another 4th of July home game. Not only do you sell it out again, even more people showed up in person, and we were able to make it the largest crowd ever.
I'm telling you, on paper, it does not make sense. I think 200 to 300 people jumped the fence between the pregame to the end of the game because I don't know how that is possible, but it was.
Well, it was great having everybody here. It was pretty great. Again, Trash Pandas, as you mentioned, they're a game behind the Smokies. It is important to remember that finishing second in the division could be a good thing in the second half, as long as Chattanooga was the team to win it, though, right? So even though Tennessee is in first and the Trash Pandas are in second, they need to finish above Tennessee. Probably going to finish above Birmingham. Got to finish above Tennessee. That needs to be the thing. Finish above Tennessee in the second half, and right now they're right there with them before they come back.
That's a great point. That's a great point. This is a scenario we didn't get into last year because we didn't have to. But Chattanooga takes it first half. So we need Chattanooga to take it second half if it's not us.
If it's not us, right? And then we need to be right behind them.
Fair enough.
We just finish above Tennessee and Birmingham.
First place! Or second if the situation.
Depending.
Can we make a T-shirt? We're going for first, and then like an asterisk, and then like a huge paragraph where it's just nothing but
That could be the
disclaimers and other things. Yeah, that we're fine with happening. Let's go. We're going for number 1.
Unless it's Chattanooga that takes it, then we'll be okay with number 2.
Or if Tennessee hits a bit of a skid, but then they pick it up at the end of August, but then by September you're like, this team can't contend, but they're getting close like they should, but they got that series against Chattanooga, so you're not that worried.
I'd buy that shirt right now.
Dude, I'll take that.
I'll take it right now.
I'd take that right there.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind. Trash Pandas are right there in the thick of it. Was really curious how they were going to respond coming out of the into the second half. So where are they at? Where are they on the road later this week? Don't they start playing again tomorrow?
No. Wait, is that right? Maybe that is
They're
right.
back on Thursday, right? Little 3-day deal.
Oh, yeah, they do get a little 3-day deal like the way we started that little 3-day deal. It starts on Friday.
Friday, okay. Friday.
They got one of those 3-game deals down in Biloxi, the 14th, 15th, and 16th.
And then they got to go to Pensacola.
So, hey, if you're a Rocket City Trash Pandas fan, you like doing a little riverboat gambling or whatever they do out there in Biloxi, go check out your Pandas. And then go down to Pensacola, get a little beach time. You can see them over there before we take on who?
The Tennessee Smokies.
Which, after that situation we just laid out, these are huge games.
Big time.
We got to beat them up.
Gotta go take care of business in Biloxi. Gotta hold your own against Pensacola, probably the best team in all the Southern Leagues so far. And then at home, you've definitely got to take care of business against Tennessee. So that's a really important end of the month coming up, starting on Friday. But some other big things in sports have been going on. We talked about the Futures game, where you had Caro and Paris got to be a part of that, which is great. That joins the list of some former Trash Pandas that have been a part of that game. However, we also had the Major League Baseball All-Star game that just went down yesterday. The Home Run Derby was on Monday. And, I mean, we've talked about this before on the radio a bunch. It's an event that's kind of like the Home Run Derby where it's very it's like the Slam Dunk Contest. It's a very hit or miss. When it's on, it's great. It has its lulls where a lot of people can get in there and discuss what's wrong with it. Should we go back to the 10-out system instead of the timer? Should we do this? Should we do that? I know exactly what you think we should do, and we have video evidence of that this past week. That is get the kids out of the outfield.
How many years have I been saying it's a matter of time before a kid takes a screamer to the face out there during the home run derby? How many years? Many years. I'll tell you, because I know, because I remember bringing it up every single year and going, it's just a matter of time before we can't do that anymore. Would that dude take a 115-mile-an-hour liner off Vladdy Jr. to the optical cavity? Oh, my God. He went down like a sack of garbage. Bro, how are you going to put a bunch of kids out there who I remember playing as a kid? Kids that age, they somewhat struggle to catch fly balls from kids their own age. Yeah. Kids who aren't even that good.
And then now you're going to put them in the outfield against...
You're going to line them up like bowling pins in the out. Not just put them out there. You're going to put them with 100 other kids so they can't even move very well.
Against professional home run hitters who, by the way, are swinging at the baseballs even harder than they typically would because they're trying to get them to leave the field.
Pitchers laying it perfectly for them. Now, what are we missing? Anyone know where I can find 110-year-olds to use as a backstop? Anyone? No, we'll make it seem like it's a gift. It'll be like a huge thing. They'll win a contest. They had a big chuckle on that one. We'll make them win a contest. These idiots are going to be so happy. They're going to come out here and just get pelted with baseballs. Do we see it again next year?
Yeah.
You think?
They'll be out there.
What happened to that kid? We never hear about the kid after they got domed. Pete Alonso domed a kid a couple years ago. This kid immediately down after he got hit.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Where are they taken to?
What? Not only that, but what do they get? Did they get some gear? Even though they probably signed a waiver to be out there in the first place, but did they get some gear? Does Vlad find the ball that he smacked him in the face with and sign it for him?
I would hope. Do you want that ball back though?
100%, absolutely.
Yeah, that's Vlad's signature right under my blood.
Absolutely, I'm a part of it now. I didn't just catch a home run ball. This ball was a part of me.
I guess it's the least you can get. Hey, can Vlad give me 5 seconds? I'll never see the ball again because I'm blind in my left eye. But
what kind of balls are they using? This one's already peeling. No, wait, that's my contact. Never mind. That's what it was. I've been looking for that.
There we go. Now I can see. Oh wait, no, I can't. That's that. Clock's ticking, kids in the outfield. If that's a dream of yours and you haven't got a chance to do it, I think
you're
dead.
Right. They've taken something that should be a punishment, and they've put kids out there, and they've done it as like a contest or whatever, like a charity thing to get kids out there. I think it should be a punishment to have to be out there in the outfield. I think that you should take every single person this season that has jumped the fence at a baseball game that's been arrested for getting onto the field when they shouldn't be, that guy who got down and proposed when he shouldn't have because he jumped the fence.
Right.
All those people that have been arrested for jumping onto the field, they should have to go out there and field these balls with no glove.
I like that. I think you put them out there, tie the hands behind the back, tie the ankles together, and then you're just bobbing. But you can hop. You can
imagine one tracking that bit. Like once you fall over, you can't stand back up.
Yeah, no. Well, they'd have a lifter. We'd get a lifter out there. We'd get like a spatula type thing. We'd just be flipping dudes up all day. But yeah, we line you up like bowling pins. Have at it. You want to run on the field again? That's what we need. We need better punishments.
Yeah, you can make it fun. You can put them in like the sumo costumes. Let them run around there in those, so they don't actually get hurt, but enough to let them know.
I mean, give them a You know what's crazy is they don't even give the kids a helmet or nothing. Like when they go out there to catch those fly balls.
Yeah, I know, right?
The ball boy at any Major League Baseball game, the ball boy down the fair territory where he has 10 seconds before the ball even gets to him, wears a helmet.
Yeah, he sits in the dugout with everybody else, and he wears a helmet.
9-year-old kid whose mom, won a contest on Instagram. No protection.
A 9-year-old trying to catch a 115-mile-an-hour line drive from Vlad Jr. No helmet.
He has a hard time catching up to the pitching from Billy in the classroom across the hall. Now he's just supposed to be able to track a 115-mile-an-hour line drive.
Didn't even make the All-Star team because he can't keep his glove on the ground. Didn't even make the All-Star team.
This kid's got no discipline. Then all of a sudden we got to have him have professional fielding skills? Give me a break, dude. That's insane.
Oh, but I mean,
He doesn't even choke up the bat when I tell him to choke up. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll go have him. Yeah, we'll go catch a ball I can't even see.
kid will never get under another pop fly ever again.
Dude.
Ever.
I will be astonished next year if there are kids still in the outfield for the All-Star. In a society where you can't do anything for fear of being sued, I have no idea how we're still checking kids out there.
I guess what they can do is they can have them like back in the tunnel or the bullpen, and in between batters they can let them run out there and grab the balls, put them in the basket or whatever. But fielding, it's a bad idea. Like it absolutely is a bad idea. I think they're still going to put them back out there. I don't think they should, but I think they will.
Look, if you can get the parents and all that to sign the paperwork, go right ahead, stupid parents. If you think Billy's good, that should be a competition. Okay, my kid's not getting enough playing time on my local ball team. I want a shot in the outfield for the home run derby. You know, and maybe that kid flashes a little leather, and coach goes, "You know what? I was wrong about Rodney. He has no discipline. He can't bunt. He doesn't keep his glove down. But damn, he looks good on that field right now for the derby. Did you see that ball from Arozarena? I'm going to give that kid a shot. Maybe there's something there. I don't know. Are these kids good that we're putting out there?
No.
Think about that poor guy. He's got to go grow up and try to play baseball the rest of his life, and he got pegged in the face, kid.
Well, you have to think about it, too, is now you're getting way more baseballs out there in the outfield towards these kids, because remember, in the home run derby before, it used to be 10 outs, right? So it was either 10 balls not leaving the field or they were leaving the field. So you get a max of like 10 baseballs in play.
It's like you had time. Like ball was pitched.
Right.
Ball was hit. See where ball lands. Now, Gatling gun. The 8K cameras ESPN has can't even keep up.
Gatling.
It's like pitch, 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 home run, home run, home run. The home run derby is a mess. Now that I look at it, the 30-second bonuses, nobody has any idea when that applies or anything. There was a whole time when Arozarena was hitting, they're like, well, I guess he's not going to get any bonus time. That's going to be huge.
But he gets 30 seconds.
But he gets 30 seconds, though. And you're like, where the hell did that come from? What happened? He was just getting zero.
Everybody got the 30-second T-Mobile bonus with the T-Mobile balls, and then after that, you could earn an extra 30 seconds for the like if you hit 2 home runs like longer than 400.
It took me and Carl Ravage 2 years to figure that out. Carl Ravage and I both found out at the exact same time, because he was saying, he's like, oh, there's no 30. He's done. I'm like, oh, no, you got to hit 2 440s to get the minute? I don't remember it being like that, but okay. And then he just goes, oh, yeah, he's got 30. And then sometimes the guy will just have a 30, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, he hit 2 of them past 440. He gets 60 now. And you're like, what? Where? When? And then the home run count will be up there. And then, like, they have a horrible view. I hate the view of the pitcher throwing to the guy, and then he hits it. Like, normally, if you know baseball enough, you know what a home run looks like off the bat.
Right.
You know, or at least, you know, close enough to where you're like, ooh, is that going to get out? But the fun of the old 10-out version was they'd throw the pitch, they'd hit it, you go, whoa! I mean, he'd kill it, you'd savor every bit of the home run, and then, all right, let's go to the next pitch. Mm-hmm. Now it all happens so fast, I feel like I don't soak in any of it. I just look at the contact and go, gone, gone, nope, gone, nope. There's no. Yeah. I'm just watching a guy take batting practice.
Same, and
doesn't it kind of stink?
It does, and I don't like that aspect of it. I don't like the whole bracket aspect of it either. I like, and doesn't the 3-point contest still do this too in the NBA, where it's not like you versus another person until the finals or the semifinals, right? Like this is 1 seed versus 8 seed right off the rip, and you had. Who was it? It was Adley Rutschman went up there and jacked like 26 home runs, and most 21 of them were from like the right side of the plate or left side of the plate. Then he switches after the break. And you're like, oh my gosh. And he's like, tongue in cheek, was like, 26, that's respectable. And then he gets beat.
I know.
In the first round, when someone else advanced in the first round on 21 home run.
Yeah.
The first round should be pool play. The highest amount of home runs advance.
Agreed. They're screwing. This thing is screwed up from the start. You're right. The seeding is weird, too.
It's based off their home runs in the season, right?
That's dumb.
Because Mookie Betts was...
Mookie Betts, 3 seed. Horrible.
Was
Who was the 2 seed? Pete Alonso. See ya. Got killed. Number 1 seed was...
I don't remember.
Who went first? Arozarena. And
right?
who did he go against?
Was it Luis Roberts?
No, Luis Robert won his first round.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Luis Robert got hurt in the first round, too.
Anyways, whatever. It's just like Rutschman needed to be on that broadcast more. He was the crowd favorite. He had this flipping sides of the plate thing going.
So cool.
That was awesome.
So cool.
He's gone. Don't have that. The presentation of the home run stink. I remember when Chris Berman back there, back, and you got the zoom in and you're seeing it and you're like, oh my God, was that 700 feet? That's going to go forever. Then you watch the guy. It stinks. You don't know what the bonuses are.
Yeah.
Last year, they used to have that rule. Remember when they had umpires back there?
Yeah.
Like just last year, and guy would be like, go. After each pitch, like he'd watch a fan catch it and then go, all right, throw the next one. And like half the guys were like, whatever, ump, what are you going to throw me out? I don't care. I'm just going to throw the pitches whenever I want. I'm going to give my guy an advantage. And then the idiots were like, oh, I'll wait for the umpire to throw a pitch.
The
throw a pitch.
Timer needs to go because it like you said, as a fan, you're like you don't have time to appreciate every one of them. And it's not like it slows the home run or it speeds the home run derby up anyway. It's still a 3.5 hour event. It ends well after 10 o'clock. So I would rather go back to the 10-out system because it also keeps the kids in the outfield safe because there's one ball at a time.
Dude. Yeah, no kidding, man. The home run derby's never been more dangerous.
100%. There's a max of 10, like during the 10-out system, there is a maximum of 10 balls that can be in that outfield because you only get 10 outs. So it's either all 10 of them are in the outfield or the ones you're hitting that aren't out in the outfield, they're home runs or they're foul balls. So it keeps the kids way safer, and it's more like you go watch the 41 home runs that what's his
Julio
Rodriguez hit the other day. That was cool, but I will still take the 28 that were done the 10-out system way. His name just jumped out of my head.
Mark McGwire.
No.
Sammy Sosa.
No.
Ken Griffey Jr.
No.
Larry Walker.
No.
Former President Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
It was like 08.
Oh, 2000. Josh Hamilton.
Thank you. You got the Roosevelt before we got the Josh.
Well,
Hamilton.
buddy, I was going name after name.
But his 28 before he got to 10 outs was way more exciting than the 41 that Julio Rodriguez hit.
Yeah, and then Julio Rodriguez burned himself out in that first round so bad.
Buddy of mine, we were texting. He was like, dude, 41, he got the record. That's cool. I was like, it doesn't mean anything. He's going to be next round now.
Yeah.
He was like, no, you think so? I was like, yeah, he burned himself. He's 100% exhausted. He was like, yeah, but he's got the record. I'm like, yeah, but if you win the Derby, you get an extra $1 million. He's like, oh, yeah, I'd probably take the $1 million. And then he gets absolutely wrecked in the second round or the next round.
If you're going to do the timed home run derby, could both guys hit at the same time?
I don't think that.
Is that crazy?
Well, yeah, where would you
line them up right next to each other?
That's not a good idea.
They're professionals. It's not like they're going to foul one into each other. I mean, they got a pretty good idea where these balls are going.
How would you?
Is that insane? Is that too much?
How would you logistically set that up?
That'd be weird. It's just like right where home plate is, you know. Put one to the left, put one to the right, put a pitcher in front of each of them. Go at it.
That's probably dangerous because you can probably.
Oh, is it more dangerous than the youths we have in the field?
Well,
because they're getting missiles shot at them, pal.
Well, this guy to the right might be able to line one through the little protective barrier to the pitcher on the left over there and clock that guy. And now the guy on the left's not getting any pitches because his guy's dead.
Tony Matt, there's 100 kids in the outfield with no protective coverings on.
And your suggestion is to make it even more dangerous.
And the greatest hitters in the game are being lobbed objects. And they're hitting those objects directly at the children. And you're worried about a pitcher who might take a stray one?
No, I'm just saying it's not. It's in general, it's not safer. It's even more dangerous. You've been complaining for years about the kids in the outfield getting drilled by one player's baseballs. You're multiplying the amount of baseballs flying at him at one time.
I'm not saying I'm not telling the pitcher to go out there with a target painted on his chest and without the protective barriers. All right, I think there's a way we can put two pitchers out there and the pitcher be able to not.
The kids in the outfield is what I'm talking about. You got one dude up here with 2 minutes on the clock, right? And it's just boom, 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 ball after ball after ball after ball being hit at the kids in the outfield, right?
Yeah.
And you're saying that's dangerous.
Oh, absolutely.
So now you're saying put another batter at the same time at the plate and let twice as many baseballs fly at these children in the outfield?
Yeah. If Major League Baseball isn't going to care for them, Why am I supposed to? If everything's fine, if all of the waivers are being signed, if every year there's a kid that takes a dome shot and has to be dragged off of the field, and we're totally fine with that, then I'm not going to push for it. I'm not going to waste my time and march on the commissioner's office in New York. Not going to do it. All right, I'm just going to take it and I'm going to roll with it, see how we can make it better.
And that's not even the most egregious part about the All-Star break either. The home run derby and the children being, served up in the outfield on a silver platter. The most egregious part of all of All-Star Weekend is the fact that the players on the National League side have to wear those ugly National League jerseys, and the players on the American League side have to wear those ugly American League jerseys instead of being able to wear their team jerseys that they represent. All of those Atlanta Braves, it should have looked like an Atlanta Braves home game at one point last night because you had so many Braves on the infield, but they're all wearing those ugly National League jerseys. Put them back in their team uniform.
Why is it now when an All-Star game goes to a city, you have to dress like a player from that city's team?
In an even uglier jersey.
Yeah. I don't want to. Yeah, hey, here's a Mariners jersey, but worse.
100%.
You play for the Braves. Here you go. Yeah, I hate that, dude. I like All-Star game uniforms suck in every sport. They're bad everywhere.
You're right.
The NFL tries new stuff every year. They all stink. The MLB started doing this jersey thing. Stinks. Everybody's on the internet going, let's go back to individual uniforms. The NBA tries neon uniforms. They used to have the red and the white with the stars, and that looked cool for a little while, but then they went nuts. Those stink. Now they don't even have East and West or whatever. I get it. You're trying to sell merch. You're trying to make a new jersey that you can sell to people. But how often do you see people wearing all-star gear? People love all-star gear.
Right.
I've been a big jersey guy for a long time. I got one I don't have any all-star jersey. I have a Team USA Dream Team jersey, which is different. Team USA. You're rooting for the country. And no one's going to be like, yeah, I'm a big National League guy. Let's go National League. All of those. Let's go half of the league. I want this half. No. Just come on. You're making enough money.
I agree.
Give us the uniforms we want. Put a special patch on it.
Right, you can still make a special Braves.
The hats with the little asterisk next to the logo. You notice that?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying.
Something.
You can still make special Braves All-Star jerseys, special Yankees and Angels All-Star jerseys. You don't have to make it an American League jersey with Ohtani on the back.
And you can still have a special cap.
Yeah.
Get a dark blue cap or something with a white logo for every team, and you wore
atrocious.
your regular jersey. Cool.
It's atrocious.
I know,
and
that
then
stink.
The last thing, you got two kinds of baseball players in Major League Baseball, and they can both be amazing players. Both of them actually were all-stars. The personalities were on display during the All-Star break. I don't know if you saw it, but first, you had Spencer Strider, who was being interviewed by a young child with a mullet.
I missed that part.
And
every child has a mullet nowadays.
Well, a young child with a mullet is interviewing Spencer Strider, and at one point, Spencer Strider had mentioned the word supinated in one of his answers. He was talking about like his daily routine, and I believe he was talking about a workout. But he was talking about like a supinated press or something.
What? What?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Have
Yes.
you Googled that?
Supinated, I want to say, I could be totally wrong here.
Yeah.
But I want to say it's like a grip, right?
Excuse me, dude, I'm asking you.
I'm pretty sure it's a kind of grip when you work out, the supinated grip. Could be wrong.
Supinated, which I misspelled.
His supinated release is what he said. Supinated release is what he said.
Of a hand, foot, or limb turned or held so that the palm or sole is facing upward or outward. Upward, outward. Supinated. Also supinated.
So when you're doing pull-ups, if you're doing it this way, it's not. But if you're
No. That's soup, not soup. Soup.
Well, there you go. But it's like still that's what they used to say at the gym. It was a grip. That's why I know what supinated kind of means. But he said supinated release to a child. I don't know what that means, but I don't think you can say that to an underage person.
What'd the kids say back?
I don't know. I didn't even look at the video. I saw the quotes.
Probably just
picture.
thinking about soup. That's all a kid knows.
Supinated release. Again, kid's a minor. Don't think you can say that to him. So.
Grown man. Just Googled it. Spelled it wrong. Didn't know anything about it.
How did you spell it? I didn't even see. Did you spell soup like SOUP?
No, I did soupa, S-U-P-A. I thought it was a
okay.
Supa. You know, like the old punter for the Jets, Tom Tupa. Remember him? The little Supa there.
Okay.
Supinated. No, there's
All
an I. Supinated.
Okay.
Not Supa.
All right. And then the other.
Can I get the language of origin, please?
I have no idea. Spencer Strider.
Nah, that's cool.
That's where it originated.
I watched the old 95B the other night, so I had that stuck in my head.
So you have Spencer Strider on this side of the spectrum that says supinated release to a child.
Yep.
And then way over here is Nick Castellano.
The Grim Dinger.
The Grim Dinger, who in an interview mentioned that he thinks because he can talk and solve mysteries, Scooby-Doo is a superhero.
Now, I did see this, and he's got a fantastic point. How is Scooby-Doo not a superhero?
Because he does exactly what people do. He talks and then he solves mysteries. He does exactly. Is Shaggy a superhero? Because he does exactly what Scooby does. He talks and solves mysteries.
Scooby does exactly what people do. He solves mysteries. So does Batman. He's a human.
Batman's not a superhero.
What?
He is a hero.
God, we'll get back to that later. Okay.
He's a hero. He's one of my favorite heroes, but he doesn't have superpowers.
Does Scooby-Doo wear a cape?
No.
Sure.
I mean, maybe sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not all the time.
Superman wear a cape?
He does.
Would you say he is sometimes supinated?
He flies like this. His hands are.
Oh, crap, you're right.
So probably not.
What's the opposite of supinated?
I actually think I don't know.
What are we talking about again?
Is Scooby-Doo a superhero?
Oh, dude, he totally is. You kidding me? He can talk. He's a dog that talks and loves smoking weed with his buddy and solving crimes.
Is that a superpower, talking?
For a dog? Have you met any dogs that can talk?
No.
Sounds pretty super to me.
Well, but it's not a power.
What is it?
He can do what every other person in the world can do.
He's
Batman,
not a person. You can't say
hero.
every other person. He does what every person on Earth does.
And
what literally zero dogs do.
Is every person to dogs?
No, because for a person, like talking, okay, everyone can talk. Literally no dogs talk.
I'll meet you in the middle.
And then Scooby-Doo does.
I'll meet you in the middle here. To other dogs, Scooby-Doo is a superhero.
To other dogs.
To other dogs, he is a superhero. I'll give you that.
He's like Shohei to other dogs.
Because there are no other dogs talking or solving mysteries. I'll give you that.
He's pitching and he's hitting.
Yeah. Now, Batman is a hero because he does what other people, he also has what other people don't have. He has a lot of money and a lot of fancy toys, but he uses those toys to save people and save lives. Something that not everybody does.
You got to be magical to be a superhero? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you have to. If you're going to say superhero, I would say you have to have some kind of power.
You got to be able to shoot some kind of thing or do something that is not normal to your species.
Supernatural power, I would imagine. A guy
like talking for a dog, maybe?
Well, to other humans. I told you that to other dogs, he's a superhero.
To everybody, he's a superhero.
No, he's not.
Especially to people, he's a superhero.
I disagree.
You know how many people would love to be able to talk to their dog?
I think it would be cool. Like, I'm not saying that it would be fun to talk to a dog.
I would consider that a superpower. My dog could talk to me, and I could bring him places and be like, "Hey, what's up, dog?" And he's like, "What are you doing, Rick?" And I'd be like, "I don't know. You want to go home?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm licking myself." I'd be like, "Tight." Other people like, "What? How did you?" No one would just be like, "Oh, if I were a dog, I'd be pretty impressed by that." You know, like you'd be like, "Whoa,
it's still impressive."
Whoa, did that dog just tell me, "Dave, we're gonna chill. I'm gonna lick myself, and then we'll go home"?
What is that, a superpower?
What is it?
It's a talking dog.
That's super. That's super in nature.
It's not a power. It's not.
Oh my god.
No.
You're nuts, dude. I'm with Castellanos.
Scooby-Doo's not a superhero. No way.
He sometimes wears a cape, all the time talks, solves mysteries. Takes down bad guys.
I'm not so sure Scooby-Doo talks to everybody either.
I'm checking a lot of superhero boxes right now.
I'm not sure Scooby talks to everybody. Is it possible?
Who's he not talk to?
Hear me out.
Okay.
Is it possible that Shaggy is the only one that really understands and hears Scooby talk because Shaggy's always on that Papa Hayes' Hazy Place stuff?
It's a fair point. Shaggy does like the dope.
Anybody else eating 12-inch subs with Scooby-Doo?
But
no.
Scooby talked to Velma. And Velma's a nerd. She don't touch the lettuce, dude.
She's a secret.
Velma maybe once because she was tired of being made fun of and wanted to see how the other side lived. Yeah, maybe. But all the time, Velma's a straight arrow, pal. All right?
All right. I'll concede.
And that dog spoke to her.
I think to other dogs, Scooby-Doo is a superhero. To me, he's a talking dog, which is cool.
Super.
It's out of the ordinary. He's an extraordinary dog.
Your measuring stick for what dogs have to do to become super
They have
is
to
unbelievable.
save the world. That's
You're
what
the Russian
superheroes do.
judge of dogs.
Superheroes save the world. Scooby has never once saved the world. Not one time.
Pronation, by the way, is the opposite of supination.
Pronated.
You're
Thank you.
pronating every dog with speaking abilities out there, which, by the way, is only Scooby-Doo. And then that one dog, not Goofy, but Pluto. Which one talks? Goofy or Pluto?
Goofy.
Right.
Is
Pluto the worst dog ever? Because he has the ability to be super, and they don't even give him they don't even give him speech or clothes.
I've heard theories about
They don't even give him a hat.
I've heard theories about what Pluto is.
What?
I've heard
Why'd you say it like that?
because I can't say it out loud.
Can you whisper it to me?
No.
What if I mute everything? I'm going to mute it real quick.
No.
I'm going to do it.
No.
Come on, here we go.
Mm-mm.
3,
Here,
2.
I'll type it to you. No, I'm not gonna.
All right.
Oh.
Is it going to be a lot?
No.
Are you using like a supinated grip to type that, or is it pronated?
I don't remember anymore.
I don't either.
See, my phone won't even let me type this word.
You could just tell it to me if you want. Well, I mean. All right. All right, fair enough. Let's see here in the comments right here. Touche, Virgil, by the way, for the pronation, supination thing. How you doing today? Red Wolf 50 sent a message in the comments and then retracted it. I'd love to know what that is.
Whoa, okay.
Is there a way I can?
Hey.
Is there a way I can do it?
So
Ooh, I can put a user in timeout. Didn't know that was a thing. Neither of you know anything about a workout, Ethan Darby. Were we even talking about workouts? I don't know. You find a way to get in there every time. There for the you're going to timeout. You just got sent to timeout, bro. Oh my god!
That's the first person to be put in timeout, though.
Oh, you just got put in
Congratulations.
timeout. Oh, it
Question.
deleted all your comments. I'm sorry.
Oh. Question
Well,
about Scooby because he talks. He's a superhero, right?
Yep.
Scrappy Doo a superhero?
yeah. Now Scrappy doesn't have the body to do.
He's a
what's-
puppy.
Right. He doesn't have the ability to be as super as Scooby. Scooby got the full frame. Scooby can walk on
He's
twos.
a grown dog.
Scooby walks on twos.
So does Scrappy.
But I'm just saying that's something we didn't bring up earlier.
All right, I'll give you that.
Scooby's mastered something that most animals, all pets. What animal walks on twos?
I'll tell you a real superhero pet.
Yeah.
Underdog. That's a super. He saves the world.
Yeah, sure.
Underdog is a superhero.
Okay.
Scooby Doo's not.
So Underdog, what makes Underdog so special? Can he fly?
Yeah, he can fly.
Oh,
I can't fly.
that's pretty good. Does he have a van?
I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
He flies. Why would he need a van?
Why wouldn't you want a van?
All right.
Bob says Scooby-Doo is inarticulate, so to say that's super is a stretch.
That's fair.
Mike Tyson was inarticulate, and he was the heavyweight champion of the world. What do you think about that, Bob? What do you think about that?
Dude, only on the Bullpen podcast can you hear comparisons of Scooby-Doo and Iron Mike Tyson.
Dude had a video game called Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Super Punch-Out.
You know who else had a video game? Superman.
Scooby-Doo did, too. He did.
Coincidence? I think not.
All right. Just curious. The other thing I wanted to get in here before we get out.
Can I take him out of timeout? Or is
You put him in there. I don't know.
it,
Oh, no. That's misleading, though. It says timeout. I mean, it means it's going to run out, though, right?
yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
I'm sorry, dude. You'll be back one of these days. Whatever. He did say before I accidentally put him in timeout and may have banned his account forever. He says Scooby-Doo just eats treats with a stoner that drives a van. He is not a superhero. He's a dog that talks. So he's on your team.
I agree. I agree with that 100%. I feel bad. It was not my decision to put you in timeout either.
I'm blown away by how easily you guys can sidestep the fact that a dog talking is like insanely, like that's a huge,
it's extraordinary.
That would be
awesome.
on every TV channel.
And it's
breaking news, dog talks. They figured it out. They finally got it.
It's cool. I'm not saying it's not cool.
It's all people would talk about.
No one is saying it's not cool. It's not a superpower.
Oh, that's so crazy.
I think a superpower is something that...
He's got a super brain. Dogs' brains aren't able to comprehend language. Scooby-Doo's is.
I think a superpower is having an ability that other people can't do. Scooby has something that other dogs can't do, but I can do everything Scooby-Doo does. He can't fly. I can't fly. I'd like to see some, you know what I mean?
Can you wag your tail?
I don't have a tail.
I think you're jealous.
Because I don't have a tail?
Yeah.
All right. Before we get out of here, before we break up this friendship even further, we also had the Major League Baseball draft. Is it still? Did it end finally?
I don't know.
Because it goes on forever. It's got like 20 rounds.
I don't know.
But the Angels, they didn't have a second-round pick, so they didn't go 20 for 20 on pitchers. They take a first baseman out of FAU to start the draft, which I don't know if you've seen his batting average. I've got it in queue to watch his highlights because his batting average intrigued me. Because in college this past year, he batted like 447, which is yeah. So can't wait to watch those.
How do you say his name? Nolan Shanuel?
I would imagine Shanuel, yeah. So
he hit that ball. Oh, he hit that ball really hard. Yep, I like that. Get a little pop.
And I can understand wanting a first baseman because right now we kind of have a rotation, a platoon, guys that are part-time on the thing. We did that a lot last year before Zach Neto got here, right? We had a bunch of dudes rotating in the infield, and then Zach Neto gets here, and it's boom, he's the shortstop. So I could see that. But the other thing that absolutely blew my mind, Ricky, we had this man in this studio and interviewed him for almost an hour and had no idea that this was a thing. So, as we all know, right-handed pitcher Ben Joyce from the Tennessee Volunteers. He pitched for the Trash Pandas for a while, can throw really, really hard, eats a bunch of eggs in the morning, and he can juggle. We had him on here. We talked about all those things. He mentioned that he had a brother growing up, and we kind of sidestepped that. Why you have a brother, I have a brother. Everybody had a brother.
Hey.
Nothing crazy. Did not know until this man was drafted yesterday in the 14th round that Ben Joyce has a twin brother named Zach. They are 4 minutes apart. Zach is 4 minutes younger than Ben Joyce.
Dude, I knew he had a brother, but I had no idea he had a twin.
Same. Exact same.
Aren't twins like, don't they bring that up all the time?
Yeah.
I figured that would have come up in an hour conversation with a guy who's a twin.
We would have asked so many twin questions. I would have asked several, for sure.
I'm intrigued by twins.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up in school, two of my best friends were twins, and they had walkie-talkies in their brains. They had secret, invisible walkie-talkies.
I wish we could have them on, like we could have had them in here at the same time.
I want to do extensive testing for twins. If Ben Joyce is on the mound and Zach Joyce is in the dugout, is he able to, send him a text message? Is he able to get a little 5G through those ears and launch one at him?
Send a text message.
He's sitting on a fastball. Yeah. How's that work? Because you hear that all the time from twins. That's real.
Is that a superpower?
Yes.
I agree.
What?
I think that is a superpower.
It is totally
I can't do that with you. That's something I can't do.
No, twins.
What am I thinking right now? See, you don't know.
That's not. I couldn't see a thing in there, dude. I was swimming. I was trying to find something. I couldn't find anything. It was foggy, kind of like you ever seen The Mist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen King movie?
Yeah. But like right before the bad guy came out.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyways.
Oh, The Mist. No, I was thinking of The Fog. Those are two different.
I think I was thinking of The Fog.
Was I thinking of The Mist and you were thinking how?
It might have been The Mist trying to call the fog. Honestly, I think.
All right, I know what I'm having for dinner tonight. What is it?
Pork chops. Ooh. Frosted Flakes.
No.
An old bowling shoe.
No.
Bowl of soup. Cornish game hen.
No.
Palm frites, which I think are just potatoes but with French.
Now I'm going to try to send it to you. See, you guessed, you had no idea. Now I'm going to try to send it to you. Ready?
All right. Pot roast. Oh, God, my brain hurts.
That was really good.
Yeah?
No, I'm not having a pot.
Ah,
Try, though. It was a good try, though. All right, one more time. Ready?
That's why we're not in the league. Braised lamb shanks. Ah, did I get it?
My nose bleeding?
Dude,
I think it is.
that was like the movie The Shining.
No, I'm having a meatball sub.
Meatball sub. No, I'm having a meatball sub. Oh, okay, cool.
You guessed the Cornish game in.
Well, I know, but I wouldn't expect. Nah, I'm just gonna have a meatball sub. You gonna eat before you get home? Like, I'll pick up a sub on the way home. Eat in
no,
my car.
I made them.
Oh, nice.
It's
okay.
actually a leftover. I made them last night, but we have more.
Oh, hell yeah.
So.
Cool.
Yeah. One more.
You know, Ben Joyce and his brother, they never have to guess.
That's right, and that is why
Zach Joyce, is that his name? I got to get this right.
It's Zach Joyce.
So we got a Zach Neto last year. We got a Zach Joyce this year.
I mean,
big fan of guys named Zach.
When is he going to be here? I mean, he may not be here this season. We don't know. We don't know when he's going to be in Double A.
He was taken in the 14th round.
Right.
He's a rook.
It could be next year or longer before we see him, but I need to see this man here.
Is he throwing 104 like his bro?
No, I saw him hit like low to mid-ish 90s, like 90. I think I saw him top out at like 92, 93.
Oh, mid to upper 90s, but is perceived as a better prospect than Ben Joyce coming out of Walters State. Zach Joyce had Tommy John surgery in 2020 and eventually stepped away from baseball while addressing personal issues. He returned to Tennessee after 2 years off in July of 22. So if you might be confused as to how two twins were drafted 2 years apart to the same team, that gives you a little insight of what was going on there. But Zach was 1-0 with a 4.35 ERA, 17 strikeouts in 10 1/3 innings, over 13 appearances for the old Smoky Rocky Top Tennessee Vols.
Didn't pitch a whole ton this season. So yeah, it might be
Derailed by an injury in mid-April.
Might be a while before we see him on the Double A level, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
All right, before we get out of here, I want you to Google this. I don't know if you've seen this. This has been making its rounds today as well. The Burger King burger in Thailand. Have you seen this?
Dude, I saw that. So gross.
Got to end. I wanted to end on this one. One of these random little deals.
That's so gross. It can't be real, right?
Yeah, and it was reported by like CNN and the New York Times. It's a burger at the Burger King in Thailand with no meat. It's called the Real Cheeseburger because it features 2 pieces of bread and 20 slices of that government cheese. 20 slices of American cheese. And it's like $3, I think, is what they said it cost. Yeah, so the Post then goes on to say the sandwich is being offered right now for only what would translate to $3.13 American.
What a steal.
It would normally cost $10.93. It is a steal.
$11 for a 20-slice cheese sandwich.
How melted are the cheese slices? Because I'll tell you what, you can go order one of them bad boys, and you got Kraft singles for $3 for months.
Let's look at the picture, because the picture, as we know in food ads, that's the best that thing will ever look. They took time. They cheated. You see sometimes it's like ice cream's really mashed potatoes in commercials because it doesn't melt. So this is the best this will ever look. And that picture looks disgusting.
It's so true.
You know when you go to the actual Burger King in Huntsville, Thailand, that you go up to the front and they go, "What do you want? A real cheeseburger?" Okay. It's probably not even out of the plastic. Half of the thing's probably still have the plastic sheet around it. You know none of them are melted. And then the bread's probably stale. Don't do it.
Yeah.
You're already at a Burger King.
Who is
Get
this
some
for?
meat.
Who is this for?
Who's this for?
Who is it for? Would you ever order something like that?
I would not. But if I saw someone order it and actually eat it without a reversal of fortune, bleh, I'd say that person's probably a superhero. I draw the line. Can you finish a real cheeseburger?
You keep hitting me with all these. Dude, if that was sold in America, if that was sold here, I would get 2 and see if either one of us could finish it.
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't even. Taking the first bite of that's making me nauseous. And I love cheese, and I love cheeseburgers and all that. But 20 slices of American.
You know what's making me a little uneasy?
No.
When was the last time we did the podcast? What? We didn't do it at all last week because it was the 4th of July week, right?
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
So we did it the week before. It was like a Wednesday that we did it. So it's been 2 weeks since we've done the podcast. And remember you were talking about those dragonflies because you were out of it?
Mm.
They're still there.
Man.
I'm going through it, man.
It's just been a day of tough stuff right here.
Dragonfly. It's actually only down to 1 dragonfly. The other one's probably decayed and flew away.
Plus, on top of that, I just got the back view of this 20-slice cheese thing.
Call me
Abomination.
crazy. I think that looks better than the front view.
Oh, that's awful. I
think
hate
that
that.
looks better than the front view.
At least on the front, it's like somewhat melted or whatever, and it hides the fact that you're eating 20 layers of cheese. This one, you see every single layer. And they're all like they're laid on each other like napkin style, so you can see the edges of all the cheese, and they're piling, and they hang over the other.
How would you cheat to make that look like that? Because you're right. I mean, they probably did.
No, that's the back. So like, look, the front, they got it perfect. They cheated. Look at it, stout. Cheese is melty. It's as good as you can make it. In the back, look, nothing's melted. It's just cold cheese stacked up, napkin style, with what looks to be a bun that was shipped overseas and is no longer fresh. It's a bad decision all the way around. Oh no!
What is
the
that?
side view.
Oh, the
someone
cross
put
section.
ketchup on it.
The cross section.
Oh,
Someone cut it open.
They
and did the
bisected it.
It looks like a hot dog.
It looks disgusting.
Go back to the cross section. Yeah, that right there. That looks like a hot dog. Like you just slotted 20 slices of cheese in between a hot dog bun.
Why is that guy touching it?
Why is there ketchup on it?
I don't know. Yeah, do you put ketchup on that?
What do you put on your cheese?
Nothing.
I don't know.
Not even your mouth.
What are there any other like?
Oh, look at that guy bottling. Oh no! Don't bite it. Don't bite. If he bites it, I'm gonna puke.
Oh, he's about to bite it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, wait, it cut away. Yeah, bite it.
Oh no! I got the mouth sweats. I'm sweating a little bit.
You hungry?
Don't do it. Don't eat it, dude. Don't eat it. Just keep showing it. Oh, he's got 6 of them in front of him.
No shot. No shot. He's gonna take more than 1 bite. It would be better if any of the subtitles or anything that was on. Oh, there it went. Right there.
No. It just leaves a perfect little mouth bite indention all the way through.
Oh, gross.
Oh, he's just destroying this thing.
Oh,
don't eat another. I'm out. I'm out. I
I'm
can't
gonna
watch
end on a better story for you.
I can't watch it.
So you had asked me right before we came on, because I told you a while
God.
back. I told you about a month ago we went up to Tennessee to see my brother and my nephew
Yeah.
for my nephew's birthday. And afterwards, Ryan was like, "Hey, you guys want to go to Toots?" And I've never been to Toots. So Toots is a local restaurant in.
Let's get people caught up. We'll play the video right now.
Good food and fun. It's a place for family and friends. You get the feeling the fun never ends. Food so great, service so right. You're gonna be here night after night. Good food and fun. Good food and fun.
I love Toots.
Yeah, she
Good
does.
food and fun.
in Murfreesboro, right? So
Toads.
I grew up around them. We never got to go to one as kids, but my brother's been there. He likes to take his kids there because it's affordable, like chicken fingers. They got games and stuff. So he's like, "You guys want to go there afterwards?" Like, yeah, sure, why not? So I was like, "Where is the one we're going to?" He's like, "Well, there's one literally right down the road from this place, but we need to go to the one in Murfreesboro because his wife had to go home and drop her daughter off with her daughter's dad, all this and everything like that. So we're going to go to the one in Murfreesboro. Cool, no problem. Hop in the car, put in the find the Toots in Murfreesboro. First one pops up, Murfreesboro. Hit it. We go. We get there, and we got there like earlier than we said we were going to get there. So we're waiting for him to pull in. And I'm like, you know what? We'll just go ahead and go in there and get a table. So walk around, make sure they're not there first. Hey, we'll take a table. And I call him to see how many people are coming. Like, how many do I need to get a table for? He says, we're right here. We're right by the door. I said, okay. Well, I walked up there. I didn't see him. I said, I'm standing by the door. Where are you?
Uh-oh.
He was like, well, what do you mean? I was like, I'm right by the door. Where are you? I was like, which Toots are you at right now? And he goes, which one are you at? I was like, I'm at the one in Murfreesboro. He goes, the one on this street? I said, I hung up. I was like, I'm going home. I'm driving home.
Oh, no. He ruined your day at Toots.
So there
How'd that happen?
There were multiple in Murfreesboro, and I didn't know. I went to the first. He didn't tell me which. He said the other one. The one in Murfreesboro is the one we're going to. Didn't tell me that there was. It was another 15, 20 minutes.
You gave up because of another 15-minute drive?
Well, it was almost 7 o'clock, and we had to drive home. It was a Sunday.
This is Toots we're talking about.
It was an hour and a half drive home. I had to be home.
Yeah, but you were going to go eat a meal at Toots. What's another 15 minutes?
I have a child ready to go home, ready to eat.
No, that's fair. I don't blame you.
We stopped at a restaurant right next to the one we were at. We ate, and we went home. I was very upset. I'm still never been to Toots.
Not only did you miss out on the good food, but you missed out on the fun.
I want to be like that little girl. I love Toots. I don't know that. She said that over 20 years ago. That commercial came out when I was a kid.
No, I just got her saying Toots.
I love Toots.
I love Toots. I want to be like that.
Oh, you didn't go to the one at Broad Street. You went to the one in Murfreesboro?
So the one on Broad Street, I think, is the one they went to.
Yeah, and
I
you
was
were
at the other one. I was at the other one in Murfreesboro. There were multiple.
That's what, yeah. Oh,
So that was fun.
She loves Toots, dude. She went to Toots once, and she loves it.
She might be the general manager at one of them now.
Probably. Why do you think Toots has so many locations? Because the young girls like her that love Toots grow up, get an education, and become business owners.
She's wearing that old school Javon Curse jersey.
She's probably in a Toots right now, running that show, wearing her Ryan Tannehill jersey, still just loving the heck out of Toots.
Heck yeah.
You know it, dude. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So stupid. Man, we got to go to Toots.
I'm down.
How far away is Murfreesboro?
About an hour and a half. It's the same distance from
Is it
here to
about
Murfreesboro
Nashville?
as it is from here to Nashville.
Oh,
Just a little bit different of a direction. So
I need the good food.
I'll take the fun.
I
You can have the good food. I'll have the fun.
I'd like a little of both, if that's
We'll
okay.
split it.
Okay, that'll work.
We'll work
That'll
on
work.
it.
I want a 20-slice cheeseburger and some fun.
It's going to do it for the bullpen today. I'm Tony Mack. That's Tricky Ricky. We'll be back on Friday to wrap this week up. And I say get you set up for another week of Trash Pandas Baseball at home, but they won't be back home till the end of the month. But we'll go over what they're going to do this weekend. We'll see you Friday. It's the bullpen.
Scooby-Doo's a superhero.
Whatever, dude. That's not